Hello everyone and welcome to this week's market analysis. We will cover key economic data releases and technical analysis for USDCAD, USDJPY and GBPJPY. Let's dive in. Keep an eye on Friday personal consumption expenditure PCE data, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge. Although core PCE reading in January reflected a decline to 2.64% versus 2.86% in December. However, according to the Bloomberg analyst surveys, core PCE is forecasted at 2.7% compared to the 2.64% we had last month. The release will also include other data, personal consumption and personal spending figures, and durable goods order. Watch for potential impact from tariff concerns. Earlier today, we had the UK Consumer Price Index, the UK CPI, which came lower than expectation. The CPI year over year came at 2.8% compared to 3% prior and 2.9% forecast. The UK Core CPI also showed a drop from 3.7% to 3.5%. Australia's CPI released earlier today also came below expectation at 2.4%. This comes ahead of the RBA's interest rate decision next week. Now let's move to the US and review the latest FOMC interest rate expectations according to the CME FedWatch tool. The meeting scheduled for May 7th has an 87.8% expecting rates to be unchanged and stay at its current range. And as we move further in 2025, as we look further, the percentage of interest rate cuts tends to increase. At the moment, according to the CME FedWatch tool, market participants are looking at somewhere around 2 interest rate cuts by the end of 2025. Now let's move to technical analysis and look at our charts. The chart we are looking at is the daily chart for USDCAD. We have price action. We had price action moving within an ascending channel formation, which ended by a bearish engulfing candle, and then price broke below the lower border of the ascending channel, attempted a pullback 1, and then attempted a second pullback. Both of them found resistance at the monthly pivot point of 1.4470 and a weekly resistance level at the same range. Both pullbacks can represent a short fall, as both of them failed to reach the extension of the broken line level of the broken line. We had a third pullback which found resistance against the weekly pivot point, as well as the intersection of the intermediate and the fast moving averages. RSI is in line with price action and making lower highs, same as price action is making lower highs. This morning we had the US dollar drop against the Canadian dollar, possibly due to the increase we saw earlier in oil price. However, the move didn't last, and currently we sit above a support level of 1.4278. Now moving over to USDJPY daily chart, price action was trading within a descending channel. We had a breakout on March 21st. Price broke out of the channel and also broke above 3 critical moving averages and a weekly pivot point. However, as the price appreciation progressed, price action is currently finding resistance for the past 3 days near level 150.7. We have a monthly pivot point at 151.68, which may act as a resistance level, as well as R2 at 151.18. Below price action, we have three moving averages which intersect near the weekly pivot point at 149.20 and a monthly support level at 147.49, which intersects with the extension of the line which was broken earlier in March 21st. RSI and MACD indicator both are in line with price action. Now let's look at GBPJPY, and wanted to remind everyone that this pair may be impacted by GBP/USD as well as USDJPY. Price action has been trading within a widening pattern formation, the two green lines we see on the chart, and within the pattern we had multiple inverted bottoms. We can call it a complex head and shoulders, which actually successfully broke above its neck line, which was then followed by multiple throwbacks. All of them found support above the extension of the broken line level. Then we had an uptrend which took price action above multiple resistance level as well as three moving averages. And when we zoom into the on the chart to see, we can see that over the past few days price action continued to find resistance at the annual pivot point of 194.51, attempted to break above the level multiple times and so far found resistance. At the moment we have price action is finding support above two fast moving averages, and we also have a price action or a candle for today's price action where price traded as high as 194.89 approximately and as low as 193.58, and currently sitting in the exact middle of the trading range for the day. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I wanted to remind everyone about the live webinar. The upcoming one will be for core PCE on Friday of this week at 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much and have a great day.